Hello friends, thank you for joining me tonight. It is Wednesday night and we are going to talk about two brands specifically in the fashion category and jewelry category that I have just been absolutely loving lately. And those two brands are House of Jewels Miami and then Bellevue The Label, which is another one that I've really been loving. So there are three different products that we're going to talk about tonight, but I always like to start and talk a little bit about the brand to get started. I kind of set up a little bit of a new backdrop today, and I'm not totally sure how I feel about the lighting or anything yet. So if you guys have any recommendations or I think I need to add a different light in the evening, but just trying to keep it real. Okay, so let's talk about House of Jewels. I didn't used to buy a lot of gold jewelry, but I literally fell in love in the last 2 years with being on Instagram and whatnot. I'm gonna try to, let's see if maybe we can add a little bit of lighting here. There we go. I started to fall in love with different brands and they can be really expensive. Like I do enjoy my jewelry, but sometimes have a hard time with their quality per se. And so I started to look for smaller brands that made, had their own jewelry and sold them so I could support some small businesses. So that brings us to House of Jewels Miami, which is started by this gorgeous girl. Her name is, I believe it's Gianni. And she was a first generation college student, and it sounds like, from what I can tell, a first generation American. Now, I too was a first generation American and college student, and what that means, I actually wasn't born in the US, but what that means is that I was the first person in my family to attend university and attempt a degree, which is really cool. So Gianni said that when she was graduating college, she was 21, she was about to go off to her first Fortune 100 company job, and it was like corporate finance, and she really loved creating jewelry, but it was something that wasn't super glamorous, the corporate lifestyle. I totally know exactly what she's talking about. And so she used to bead and create jewelry for fun, and it was kind of a side hustle for her. So she figured that maybe she could just set it up on the side. But then she created House of Jewels Miami, which was like totally her passion. And I love that she was able to kind of chase her dream in that way. So we're going to talk about two different items from House of Jewels Miami. And the first one is, sorry, I pulled up the necklace. The first one is going to be this gorgeous bracelet. I actually have it on right here. I've basically been trying to create the perfect gold bracelets. The perfect gold bracelet stack for a while now, and I have a really hard time because I have pretty small wrists. I know there are people out there who have smaller wrists than I do, but I have a hard time here and there because oftentimes I'll put jewelry on and then it will hang down around here on my hand, and that's just kind of not the vibe. It's not the vibe. You know what TikTok I'm talking about. So this is their chunky Cuban chain bracelet, and it comes in two sizes, 6.5 and 7 is the other one. I believe it's inches, and I went for 6.5. And it's got this gorgeous clasp right here, so you would basically pull off both of these side pieces, pop off, and then there's a button that you would press to release it. Now this is perfect. I love, 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 love having this bracelet on. I've actually, from the day that it got delivered, I haven't taken it off. I literally haven't taken it off once because I just thought that it was the perfect addition to my little bracelet stack here. And their jewelry is 14 karat gold plated. Let me pull it up here because she had some information about it. And it is also water and tarnish resistant. So while, you should never expose your jewelry to things like perfume or oils because it can cause them to tarnish over time, you're not going to have that issue really with this one because it is water and tarnish resistant. I have worn this, like I said, I literally haven't taken it off. I've worn it in the shower, washing my hands and everything, and I just think it's such a great product. And it lays so nice and flat on my wrist. So if you have smaller wrists, I would definitely recommend going for the 6.5 size. All right, let's talk about this necklace next. And this is the House of Jewels Miami Daisy Pointer Herringbone Necklace. It's usually $40. You can get a little bit of savings on the live stream of $34. And I meant to add that the bracelet I just talked about was $39. So I like this because it has a little bit of a choker aspect to it. I believe it is 16 inches from what I measured and when I did the research. And it's got this gorgeous herringbone finish, which I think is such a classic shape for necklaces. I think it's a great piece for layering. And then in terms of the clasp, it is not an adjustable clasp. You've only got one size here, but I find that like worked fine for me. And then you've got your little clasp over here with your little jewel in the middle. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. Let's see if I can do it without looking. I bet I can't. I might have to turn it around. Because I have long nails, I have the hardest time, I don't know if that happens to you guys, I have the hardest time putting on jewelry. I'll have to do it this way so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Got it. So let's get that turned all the way around. Okay, so this is what the length looks like on that necklace. I think it falls in a really nice place, kind of right here in between the collarbones. And I do think that the gold, like sometimes, do you guys ever buy gold jewelry and you'll put it on like with your other gold jewelry and it just like doesn't match, it's not the right color, that type of thing? Totally not an issue with House of Jewels Miami. I found that the gold from both the bracelet and the necklace match really well with the gold from my other products. And it's, again, this is a stainless steel 18 karat gold plated, I believe. Hold on, I'm just going to confirm that. I know for sure that our bracelet is stainless steel. Yes, 18 karat. This one's 14 karat gold plated, the bracelet, but the necklace itself is actually 18 karat gold plated. I would probably stack these. I made a reel the other day on the best way to create like a necklace stack because I do think that it's like very trendy at the moment to have your necklace, have like a bunch of different necklaces on. I don't know, do you guys like to like mix gold and silver? I feel like I haven't like really truly mastered the art of mixing gold and silver, so I tend to kind of stick to gold, and then the only silver one I'll wear is my wedding ring, which is white gold. So, little separate there. So what I would usually recommend if you're going to do any stacking with jewelry like this is a really great piece that you can kind of base the entire look around, because this herringbone chain is a really nice anchor option, but it does stand out by having that little piece of a gem there. I would use a necklace like this, and then I would pair this necklace with a chunkier chain. Let me actually show you. House of Jewels has some really beautiful other products as well too. There's a couple of different ones here that I really love, And so this is the one here, this House of Jewels Miami Daisy Pointer Herringbone. That's the one that I've got on at the moment. But you can see how she stacked it with another, a different texture. And that's definitely what I would recommend, is stacking it with a thicker chain. So I think that something like this, like a curb link, would look really beautiful to add a little bit of texture to the product. To the necklace stack, sorry. My brain isn't working. So I would probably match it with something like this, and then I would add a pendant of some sort. Like this is a really gorgeous cross. And so that is usually what I recommend in terms of stacking jewelry products, to make sure that you're gonna get like the most out of them. You can wear them a ton of different ways. I do think it looks really beautiful by itself, but like when we pop back to the bracelet, I think that it just is a really standout piece in a stack of items that have like different textures to them. And so that's probably what I would recommend doing with the necklaces. Okay, next item that we're going to talk about is this gorgeous top from Bellevue the Label. So Bellevue the Label is inspired by like vintage romance vibes, and it's a Los Angeles-based brand that was started in 2017. And they actually used to do just dresses, and then it evolved into kind of what they call whimsical pieces for everyday wardrobes. So they want to bring a little bit of romance into everyday dressing, and all of the designs are really feminine and beautiful. So the top that I'm wearing today is the Paris top, and I'm going to pull up some information for you. They have a skirt that matches this, and a dress as well too, and I'll show you those in a second. But this is the top. Stand up here for you guys. And I got a size small in this top, and the neckline here on the sleeves and on the arm, and then the bodice, they're all elasticized. I also am not wearing a bra, which I don't think is really necessary because it has such a nice shape to it. And they say that this is 100% poly chiffon. It's super comfortable. I do love this allows you to customize it a little bit as well. So this comes like this, and you can see it's also fully lined. I like to have it tied a little bit tighter. And I think this is a gorgeous piece that would be really cute. I think it's going to be like really cute for the spring. I'll show you guys the back of it as well too. So I got the tag on it because I actually haven't worn it out yet. But these are typically $105. You can get it on the live stream today for $89.25. I'm trying to tuck that tag in for you guys, but I can't quite reach it. So super cute. I wouldn't actually say that this is necessarily cropped either, because I do feel like although these are a high-waisted jean, it does do a really nice job, I think, of covering up my stomach, which I don't always want to show. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the other items in this print, because this print is really beautiful. It's got, if you can see here, like little roses on it. Let's bring this down. It's got little roses on it and a little bit of greenery. It also has a little bit of like a purple lilac in there as well too. So let's look at, I'm going to show you guys the other items that they carry. I believe they're all called Paris. And you can find all of these items in my favorites as well too. Oh, let's filter this by women. And we'll pull up the other items. So this is the skirt that they have, which I think is so cute. And I believe they do show it. So here's the top. You can see the top that I'm wearing on top. And then the skirt just looks really adorable with it as well. And I would say it's not quite as bright red in person. And then I believe that they also have this beautiful dress, which is the same print and just absolutely stunning. You can see it looks a little bit more red on the product images than it does in the modeling photo. Love Bellevue the Label. I can't wait to try out more items from them because I just think it's so beautiful and feminine. You could also wear this off the shoulder if you wanted to. So I'll show you guys. It does come with little straps as well too. So you can make sure to hang it up in your closet. And I think for a little bit more of a romantic look, off the shoulder like this is really, really pretty. In terms of support, I'm typically like a 34C, so if you have any larger chest than that, I would maybe go up a size. But really pretty. I think all of these items that we talked about are going to be perfect for my spring wardrobe, and I am super excited for the weather to get warmer so I can actually style them. Thank you guys for joining me today. I super appreciate it. Please come back. I'm going to do a couple more lives this month because I have some other items I want to show you guys. And for now, my lighting is disappearing and the sun is setting. So I hope you guys have a great night. And thanks again.